Hello and welcome everybody. In this video, I will be talking about the windfall taxes because this topic has been going on and around for quite some time, as you can see from these cuttings. And if you watch this video till the end, we are going to learn many things about the windfall taxes, such as what is the meaning of windfall taxes, what is the mechanism or how government levies windfall taxes on the corporation and the individuals, and we will be discussing with the examples as well what are the reasons behind levying these windfall taxes, and at the end we are going to learn what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the windfall tax. So without wasting any time further, let's directly get started. So if we go by the literary definition of the windfall tax, which is quite difficult to understand, I will simplify it later. What is the meaning of it? A windfall tax is a higher tax rate levied by the government against certain, means it doesn't mean all industries, only certain industries are there, when economic conditions allow those industries to experience above average profits. It means it is not talking about the normal profit, it is talking about the above average profit. One thing that is missing in this definition is this: windfall taxes in some form can be applied on the individuals as well, but yes, most of the time it is on the corporation and the industries. But yes, there are some exceptions, it can be levied on the individuals in special cases. I will give you the examples as well. But if we go by the simplified version of this definition, what is the meaning of windfall tax or windfall gain? Because if first we have gain, on that gain or on that profit we are going to levy taxes, which is called windfall gain tax. When any industry or individual makes huge profits, it is not talking about the normal profit or average profit, it is talking about above average huge profits, without, this is a very important keyword, without taking any extra efforts and only because of the external events, it is called windfall taxes. We have few keywords here: huge profit, without taking any extra effort, and because of the external events. It means, suppose for an example, if industry is going on smoothly in a normal circumstances, everything is normal, nothing extraordinary, but if there are some external events, like there can be some war, there can be some sort of natural disasters or something like that, because of the external efforts, suppose suddenly the profit of the company or industry rises much above the average profit, in that case windfall taxes are levied by the government. I will explain it later in much detail, but this is something that you need to understand from these very basic definitions. So windfall taxes are levied when there are profits which are above average, and these profits are happening because of the external phenomena which are not in the control of the government also. These windfall taxes can be levied on industries, we will see the example, and individuals as well. So let me give you an example of individual first. Suppose there is a person and name of this person is Ram. Ram doesn't work very hard. Okay, Ram, he maybe he drinks a lot, right? He just keeps on wandering here and there. He doesn't believe in hard work. But what happens, one day Ram has 10 rupees extra and he doesn't know what to do with it. He is some sort of in gambling as well. So what happens, Ram purchases a ticket, Ram purchases a lottery, right? And because he's like believer in the luck or something like that, but luckily he wins a jackpot. Suddenly he becomes a rich person. Earlier he was very poor, now he has become like millionaire. He did not put any extra efforts. His effort was only to purchase the ticket in 10 rupees. He did not work hard for that, right? He did not plan. He did not did some sort of investment research or something. Just by purchasing a ticket or lottery, he becomes millionaire over time, overnight. That is one case when somebody gets huge profits without any extra effort. There can be some gifts involved. Suppose you get married or something, you get some gift. Those gifts are like above your capacity. You become rich just getting the gift. Sometimes you can become rich by inheritance. Suppose your family, your grandparents, your parents have a lot of property, and because of the inheritance you get huge sums of the money. So you become rich without putting any extra effort in earning that money. You was just there just by the grace of the God or by some external things which are happening around you, you become rich overnight. In that case, government can levy taxes on you. Those taxes are called windfall tax, because those gains are windfall gains. It seems like it seems like that those profits are just falling from the wind. You did not put any extra effort for that. Just let's take a simple example. Before Russia Ukraine war, prices of crude oil was very much in the limitations, they were not very high, and our oil companies like ONGC, Indian Oil, Reliance Refineries, they were making normal type of profit. They were like they've been doing that for years. But because of the Russia Ukraine war, overnight price of crude oil goes very high. It just goes through the roof. Now what is going to happen? These companies like ONGC, Indian Oil, Reliance Refineries, GAIL, what is going to happen? They are going to earn profit which is manifold than their previous profit. If earlier they were earning 100 crore rupees per year, now they will be earning maybe 300 crore, 400 crore, 500 crore rupees, but they have not put any extra efforts for that. They were just there. They did not invest anything in R&D or something. No. Just because of the external factors like Russia-Ukraine war, their profits has just gone through the roof. He's very happy after the war. Of course, people are dying there, but he's very happy. All these companies which are making profit, they are very happy because price of the natural gas, crude oil has gone through the roof. Now what happens? Government is watching that. Government is not unaware of that. Government knows that these companies are making a lot of profit. Crude prices becomes very high. Oil processing companies are making a lot of profits. Or in case of India, India was getting crude oil on huge discounts from Russia. So we were making a lot of profits, these companies. So they did not put any extra effort. They did not do any R&D. They did not like do any sort of extra investment. And thanks to Russia, because we were getting crude oil for the discounts, in that case, government will come into picture and our government will say, no, it cannot go like that. You are making huge profits. We also need money, because in Russia-Ukraine war, inflation is very high. People are losing their jobs. Fertilizer has become very costly. Agriculture products have become very costly. There is like a huge inflation in the market. Now governments need a lot of money. So government will come into picture and they will levy these taxes on these extra profits on these companies. GAIL, Oil India, ONGC, Reliance, or some other companies which are involved in this business. Why I'm only talking about these companies which are like in the business of gas or crude oil? Because this example or this topic is particularly based on that. But it can happen in other companies also. Like maybe some fertilizer companies, because fertilizer has also gone like through the roof. Prices are very high because of that, right? That is called windfall gain tax. But why does government do that? That is also another question. What is the benefit? We already know what are the benefits. Government needs a lot of money because inflation is very high. A lot of things are happening there. Government needs money for the fertilizer. Right? Government needs money for the food subsidy because Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana and some other subsidies are also going on there. We need money for that. We have a lot of other schemes as well. We have PM Kusum, we have different sort of central sponsored schemes and the central sector schemes. Government need money for that. We have a lot of locally or food schemes as well that is only covered there, right? And some other schemes like these days we are calling them revenue schemes. And by levying taxes on these companies, government actually has collected 25,000 crore rupees. It's around $3 billion that government is making because of the windfall taxes. It's a huge sum of money. That is why it is levied. How much tax is levied on, like what is the quantity, what is the quality, what are the prices, that is not required for our exam. That is not important. What is important is the concept. First time windfall taxes on these companies were levied actually on 1st of July. And this is like February going on. Many a times these taxes are like reduced, many a times these are increased. Last week these are increased again because prices of the crude oil in international market has gone up again, right? And India is not the only country which is levying them. Like there, USA, UK, Germany, other countries are also doing the same, because they also need money for all those things. So it seems a good proposition from the government side. It seems to be a good step from the government, because ultimately government needs to take care of the welfare of the people, and they need money for that. And this is like the way, this is the source from where government can get money. But there are many disadvantages as well. If government, now one more thing that I would like to clarify is this: windfall taxes can be levied retrospectively as well. Like they can be levied from the back date, right? Because of this whole blurry scenario, this whole sort of ambiguity in the system, it creates a lot of chaos, lot of uncertainty is also there, because companies never know when government is going to imply or levy these taxes on them, or from which time. Maybe like backdate of 6 months, 1 year retrospectively, that can also be there. So what happens? Companies are discouraged, investors are discouraged to invest in the new ventures. So it reduces the overall investment, especially in the long term. There is a lot of politics is also involved. Sometimes opposition parties also pressurize the government to allot or give more subsidy to the poor section. That can also be there. Political angle is also there, and it will attract less FDI in the future, because now investors from other countries, they know that Indian government can levy these taxes again, and these taxes are going to definitely reduce their profit. So why they would invest in Indian market if that scenario is there? This practice is not very much business friendly. Look, in the field of gas, natural gas, crude oil, petroleum, diesel, etc., there are many big companies which are involved. There can be very small companies, and both companies, whether it is big or small, both are making a lot of profits. Now the question arises that government is going to levy taxes only on big companies or on the small companies, or both. That is also kind of a conundrum in front of the government. If government even levies taxes only on the big company, then they can raise the question that what is their mistake? What is their mistake? What wrong they have done? Because small companies are also making a lot of profit, and if they levy taxes on both, then they were only small companies that are making already less profits. So in future, maybe they cannot stand in front of the big companies. So there is a lot of things which are going on there. But as of now, this is the reality of the time, that government has actually collected around 25,000 crore rupees as a windfall taxes. Yes, lot of private companies and other PSUs, they are opposing this move of the government. But in the times, like in such times, like things are not going on well internationally and domestically, government needs money. That is the present stand of the government. Yes, we need money for so many things. That is why we are implying or levying these taxes. So this is all for these windfall taxes, and I think this is sufficient for you to understand the basic concept of this, and I hope you got the point. What is this, how this is levied, why this is levied, advantages and disadvantages. So that is all for the day. We already have made a video on the fiscal stimulus also. I will be providing you the link in the comment section or in the description. You can watch this video as well. It's such a beautiful video. I have put in a lot of efforts there as well. So that is all for the day. Thank you very much. All the best. Jai Hind.